Hello, Collective. Welcome back to my channel. This is Intuitive Tarot. Back with another general reading for my beautiful and handsome collective. Thank you, guys. Thank you, my empresses and emperors. Thank you all for joining me. If you're new to my channel, welcome. Mwah. Hugs and kisses to you. Sending you all love and light on your spiritual journey. Make sure you're doing your return to senders. Make sure you're getting grounded. For those of you that have the weather to do that, we're going to go ahead and get a message out real quick and see what's going on, get an energy check. But overall, hopefully the message resonates with you. Get in it for the vibe, you know what I'm saying? It's your choice, all right? Gender is also fluid. So if I'm talking about a she, I could also be talking about a he. Same sense, same scenario, just flip the roles, all right? This could be something that may have already transpired. This could be something currently going on. With a few things that may be unbeknownst to you. This could be something moving forward when it comes to your manifestations. All right. Whether they are your manifestations or someone else's. All right. But let's see what comes out. All right. Show me what I need to see. What's the message for my collective? What's going on with my collective? What messages do you have for my collective? Spirit, honey, angels. Show me what I need to see. All right. First card out, you got somebody running scared because some shit done backfired. Some shit is backfiring. Somebody done did some type of spell work. Somebody done did some type of ritual or some shit like that towards somebody that didn't do anything. It's not somebody shit backfiring on them. They running scared because shit backfiring. What somebody intended to happen to somebody else, or tried to dig a ditch for somebody else, somebody falling into the same ditch they dug for somebody else. You got CNA. Somebody could be a CNA worker. You could be a CNA worker, but someone could, work at a nursing home. Someone could do private care. Could work at a hospital, but CNA could be significant. First, middle, last initial R. Could be of significance. All right. But somebody running scared, because of some shit backfiring. Like something going on now that was supposed to happen to somebody else, and whatever they put in, whatever cake somebody done try to bake for somebody else, shit, now they gotta eat it. All right, somebody looking at the fact that that might be all they got to eat right now is the shit that they got going on. Like somebody wanted this for somebody else. Next card. Somebody an oxygen thief, a freeloader. Somebody's an oxygen thief. I don't know if somebody live with another person, or they, live in somebody's shadow or something like that, or they follow behind somebody they feel like, gonna keep them, stable. It's like somebody always around somebody else because they take care of, things, or they know that person gonna look out for them. And they always around somebody like that. They either around somebody at a time when they know they going through something, they just don't say nothing to nobody, whoever this is. They don't really say, how somebody be like, oh shit, I can't stand people that do people like that. That be the main person doing that shit. This is somebody that stayed in somebody's circle, a circle of people that they know somebody in that circle, or they know, you know what I'm saying, that there's people they be around that don't really care, too much about helping them or like something like that, but they stay in that person good graces. Like they're gonna agree with the shit they do. They're gonna go along with their shit, you know what I'm saying? They're gonna support them in their bullshit and stuff like that, because that person, as long as they doing that, that person is given to them. And somebody also is, living off of somebody. They're oxygen thief. Like this is somebody that like to be taken care of. They feel like they don't have to work. They don't, I look good, man or woman, I don't have to do this. You know what I'm saying? How some people think. You think you don't pay for this with your looks? You think I get this off? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's something like that. It's somebody like that somebody dealing with. Next card. Somebody miss your face kisses. They miss your face kisses. Like, could kiss their eyes, their nose, their forehead, forehead kisses, things like that. Whoever this reading resonates with, or whoever this is that come to mind, as far as who you feel like this reading so far, is talking about. Like, somebody miss your face kisses. If you don't give face kisses, this ain't for you. This ain't that. If somebody gave you face kisses and you missing their face kisses, there you go. You know what I'm saying? But there's other things laying out here that, make this reading significant, in other ways too. You got CNA worker out here. This could be involving a CNA worker. But you got first, middle, last initial R. Anything else pertaining to this message that my collective needs to know? But somebody shit backfiring on them now. And they running scared. Why they running scared? Because it's like somebody keep trying to, be around. You know how when folks running scared, they'll try to be around with all the good, stuff going on there. Like if somebody, celebrating something or somebody in some good energy, they hanging out, good, vibes or whatever, they want to be over there. They don't want to be around, people that's, going through some things or, kind of pressed about something going on, or they don't really have much going on at all, and it makes that person have to sit in their thoughts. They don't want that. This is somebody that want to be around wherever something popping at. You know what I'm saying? Because it keeps them from thinking about what they got going on and keeping anybody from seeing their ass stress out. But they are freeloader though. This is somebody that live in other people's shadows and shit and try to be around, somebody they know is going to take care of them. Somebody could be sleeping, child. I'm desperate wanting to come out. Ooh. Somebody really going through it, child, for real. Somebody catching, what they say, H-E double hockey sticks. Somebody catching it, baby. It's like somebody missing your kisses and they, it's like somebody, missing your kisses, your face kisses, but it's like somebody else, that same person that's missing your face kisses. You could be a CNA. You may have got some CNA training. You may used to be a CNA at one time. You may have had the training for it or something like that, whether you worked in CNA or not. But it's like man or woman, because you got men that work as CNA workers too. All right. But somebody's an oxygen thief. They're a freeloader. Like, this is somebody, it's like, I'm getting the same person that's missing your face kisses that same person is dealing with a oxygen thief, a freeloader. I don't know if that's a lover to them or somebody, they are cool with, you know what I'm saying? Or they, hang out with, could be a co-worker or something like that. Or this is somebody that, they took in or something like that, or somebody they got involved with, you know what I'm saying, that may have like lost their job, or they used to do some type of work but they don't do it no more. They might have met that person, they had like a decent job or something like that, but they don't have it no more. And that person has been taking care of them. Whoever this is missing your face kisses. Anything else on this message? Because it's like somebody done fucked around and got involved with a damn freeloader, an oxygen thief. Like, if they hungry, they got to get this person something. And this person, they may not even know when this person going to pay them back, or this person say they're going to pay them back, but something going to come up to where they can't, or they not going to be around on the time they say they got to pay them back. Or They're going to start bringing up what they got going on or something that done came up, so you won't have to look forward to them paying you nothing. Or they're going to bring it up. Like, I know you probably think I ain't going to pay you, but, these people, they keep worrying me about this and doing that. And, and they ain't going to pay them people either. Whatever they talking about. They keep from paying somebody back. They not going to do that either. They just saying that as a way to keep, to prolong paying anybody back or having to be responsible for contributing. Like somebody feel like, I ain't gonna even say they entitled, but they keep making excuses for you to not look forward to them being able to pay you. But they still want to be around you. They still gonna want to, cop that spot, around this person. Anything else? Running scared, shit backfiring. You got Wisconsin out here. Somebody can be from Wisconsin. Whoever this reading resonates with, you could be from Wisconsin. Wisconsin can be of significance. You got Human by the Human League. I don't know the lyrics of this song. I don't listen to this song in its entirety to get the message in it that's intended for you. Alright? But that's the name of the song. I don't own the copyrights to it. But it's called Human by the Human League. Trying to remember it. Because at the time when I made that card, that song was playing. And it may have been a song I heard before or something like that. But it'll come to me if it is a song I remember. You know how you hear a song and you didn't know who sang the song until you actually look at it or look it up, look into it or looking for it? It's like that. But listen to that song in its entirety. Alright, the entire song. Like if you can find the lyrics to the song so you can go along with the song to get the message in it. Like what it's actually talking about, the plot in the song or whatever. Yeah. But like I said, I don't own the copyrights to that song. But definitely listen to it in its entirety. Human, by the Human League. Somebody could be in trouble with the authorities too for them running scared because shit backfiring. Like it's something, somebody tried to, I don't know if somebody did a false police report or some shit. Somebody did, and it's like coming back on them now. It's like, let's say it's a police report, and it's a false police report. Like somebody may be coming in, have to go and be questioned about it. They have to come in and go over what their statement was or something like that, and they're gonna have to like bring whatever proof they said they had, or they're gonna have to bring some or a witness or something like that. It's something like that. I'm just using it as an example, but that's, kind of the scenario they're giving me is like somebody said something, gave a statement or something, and it's like now that statement is coming back up. Statements, situations is coming back up, and it's like now they having to, reiterate that again, like bring it back. It's coming back up, but it's like being discussed again, and it's like at a time where somebody feel as though like they in a corner, 8 of Swords, like somebody feel like they stuck, trapped, in a situation, or they backed into a corner with something right now, like they running scared, like somebody is being faced with something that they said or did or both, and it's like coming back up now, like it's being talked about now again, questioned again, or it's being questioned, period. It may not have been a question, or it may not have caused concern for questioning at the time, but it is now, and it's got somebody scared. Somebody feel as though like they don't know how it's going to turn out, if they say the wrong thing. Especially if they being asked about something they already said and trying to remember what they said. Like, damn, I don't even remember. Like, that was so long ago. Shit, that was just 2 months ago. Yeah, but a lot of shit don't know. That person just trying to figure out what the fuck they said. They just don't remember what was said or what they told somebody, because now somebody's seeing something differently, or they got reason to not believe, everything that person said was factual, was true. Or that they had proof of that or something like that. Like how somebody questions somebody and they be like, who told you that? So and so. Well, what did tell me what that person said, and they tell them, and it's like, well, hell, I mean, if they told you all that, how they know? How they know all that? They must have been there. They must have was there at that time or something like that, or they must know them people, or they know that person, or they know somebody around them, around that person at that time. Like, how they know that shit? Like, I don't know. They just that it's like that, and it's like something that somebody may not have questioned at that time, but they doing it now. Next card, I set you up to be stranded on our last visit together. So somebody, whoever this is, it may be separate from this, or whoever this person is that come to mind for you. They could be somebody that at one time you went to visit them, or you was, around them the last time you and them, may have went on an outing together, or, did something together and went somewhere. And maybe in that time of you traveling, maybe y'all live at a distance, and y'all, made plans, came together, and in between parting, somebody got stranded somewhere. Whoever this is, it was a setup. Like, if somebody was able to, like, prevent something from happening, they didn't do that. Like, maybe you found a way to, like, get through whatever, the hang up was, at the time when it came to you traveling back home from where you were with this person. They may have, let's just say they drove, you didn't. You may have took a plane, flew to them, you know what I'm saying? They picked you up at the airport, whatever. Coming back, you may have had to go back that way, but maybe something, was, you didn't do something on time, like you didn't make your flight on time, so you may have had to stay over and leave the next day or something like that, and that person, maybe was able to take you, where you needed to go, or get you halfway, where you needed to go, but you declined, or they, had an issue with doing that or something like that, or had an excuse for not being able to do that, something like that, something they could have did to prevent it, but they didn't. But it's like somebody, whoever that person is that you went to visit, or whoever this is that went to visit this person, it's like they had something else going on. I don't know if they had somebody, a third party that, you know, like that they were like trying to keep, out of the loop of what like they went out of town, to do or whatever they went out of town and who they was with while they was out of town. And maybe they had somebody else they were involved with, but they, may have been somebody that they didn't tell the whole truth to, about them going out of town or what they were going to do, but they hooked up with you. You know what I'm saying? And you getting back may have been part of a setup as far as how they went about, resolving the issue, or the fact that they didn't put more effort into helping you than they did. Like it was, you know what I'm saying? Like them saying, how like somebody may have told someone, that, oh, just do it this way or that way, you know what I'm saying? That shit, let them figure that shit out. Like you got to do this, or they ain't putting in, or they ain't got gas for this or whatever, or, you got to get this done, or you got to get this car back, whatever the case may be. It's like somebody intentionally did not put more into that visit, the last visit y'all had together, than they should have. Like they didn't put a lot into it on purpose. Especially if they could have prevented, you being stranded, before, you know what I'm saying, in the process of getting back the way you came. Like that may have been a hold up somewhere going back, more than it was coming. Like may have been a smooth transition coming. But going back, it may have been, a mishap or two that may have caused you a delay, a day delay or something like that. But that could have been prevented had this person put more effort into the situation of like keeping that from being a strain on you. But it's like that person didn't, like they intentionally didn't do more than, maybe because of, a third party, like somebody that they were trying to like and they don't have to be a lover. This third party could be a family member of theirs or something like that may have like kind of gave them, some pointers, to go by as far as how to play something, when that situation came up. Like, damn, just, if you're going to invite them, do this or do that shit, and, just do this or give them that or do that, but don't do this. It's like that. It's like somebody, but it was a setup, And this don't have to be a masculine. This could be, some friend girls. This could be, some people that you hung out with, went somewhere, went on a trip with or something like that, or planned some things with. And maybe you getting back, the way you came didn't turn out that way. You, like I said, you had some delays or something like that, with a plane, a train, a bus, whatever, you know what I'm saying, Uber. But it was like the intentions, behind them not putting in more effort or any effort at all to like help you resolve the situation when it came up. It was like they intended on not doing more than they actually did at the time, when you were going through something, when it came to that last trip that you had with them. Especially if this is like some friend girls, or a friend girl moved out of town, out of state, and you went to go visit, or y'all planned something to go see, some other friends or something like that, or just planned a destination to go to, like just say, a few, you and, a few other girls or a few other guys decide, hey, we're going to go to Florida. Okay. But everybody has their way, or they, they, what I'm saying, they transportation of how interest of what they gonna do to get there. Coming back, it's like they may have had that in mind of what they wanted to do coming back, But for somebody, it was not. It didn't turn out that way. And those people that they went with had other plans. Like they were not willing and going to work together when that situation took a left turn. Especially if they knew you coming was not going to be something that they wanted to be, chipping in, helping with either. And this is somebody that will, try to convince other people around them to, leave you stranded. You know what I'm saying? But this could also be that same freeloader, this oxygen thief that'll go along and, help plot and plan, some shit like that on you with a group of other people. But that's because these other people paying for their way. These other people paying for their food. These other people is, paid they have to go and shit like that. But on you, because of you and who you are, that person don't really like you. So when it come to one of them, having some objection to helping you, then this freeloader, this oxygen thief, they're gonna be on board with it. Like, shit, I agree with so and so, yeah, because they wanna agree with whoever is chipping in and paying. If they willing to, leave you stranded and not help you with some money or some type of help, they don't want to be on that side of them where that person won't help them. They're going to ride with them. Next card. How do you feel about being a step parent? Somebody got a kid that they may have to walk away with, or they in some type of separation or about to be. They could be soul searching at this time. Somebody wants to possibly like walk away in something, but they may have a kid with someone that they may not feel comfortable and safe leaving that child there because of this situation that they got going on with the mama or something like that. They may not feel like their child is going to be safe because they walking away. They don't know if that parent is going to treat them different because they walking away, or they feel as though that person don't really have what they need to take care of this child that they got with this person. If they walk away, like they may be the breadwinner. So whoever this baby mom is, they could be a freeloader, they could be an oxygen thief, they could be somebody that just don't want to do their part and shit like that, and just want this person, to keep dropping it off, but they not helping, with finances, contributing, any financial help either. But they may just be taking what this dad got to offer. So if your person got a child by somebody or something like that, or they have just an older child, that they know that they moving on from the mom or something like that, or they just, what I'm saying, that child may be an adult now. You know what I'm saying? They may be in their late 20s, early 20s, something like that. But they want to know how you feel about being a step parent. They could be, like I said, they could be doing some soul searching at this time. Everybody running scared because shit backfiring. Clarify running scared. What are they running scared? Who is this that's running scared because shit is backfiring? What's backfiring? What's backfiring on whoever this is running scared? What's backfiring on them? You got the Knight of Wands. Two of Wands. And you got the Queen of Wands in reverse. And you got the Five of Pentacles in reverse. Somebody coming out of the cold. Somebody is, damn. Somebody is coming out, of some type of insecurity that they had, or some type of, debt that they was in. It could be paying off some debt. It could be getting out of, like somebody coming out of some type of, slump that they was in. The Hangman, yeah. Somebody seeing something from a different perspective. Like somebody must have been low vibrational at one time, down on their luck and not doing so good. They could have been, struggling. They could have been, in some type of homeless situation. They could have been in between jobs, insecure about their finances. They may have had to live with some people, family members, or, move in one of their kids or some shit like that. But now somebody running scared because now you got somebody that's looking at somebody coming in, King of Wands. I mean, Knight of Wands could be an older person, but they, or they got an old soul, or they old at heart, or whatever. But this is like somebody, coming in and having a lot of, direction, like protection or whatever, but they also are going toward, that leap of faith, like somebody taking action, going to discover, the unknown, like getting the truth. Like the truth is being revealed here. Like somebody is like taking that chance, you know what I'm saying? Taking that leap of faith, to get the truth, to go and explore and research and, get answers. And this Queen of Wands in reverse is somebody that's, like feeling some type of way, you know what I'm saying? That whatever they was thinking, somebody was gonna be too down and out to do, they doing it. And it's got somebody feeling as though like, especially if they thought, somebody's financial situation or them picking somebody, over them being picked or left out. If somebody thought being with a third party, and that third party thought this person being with them was gonna be the end all, they sadly mistaken. Whatever somebody was saying and doing to keep another person, distracted enough to where they went in another direction with them because of them or something like that, and them getting what they wanted out of something because they were able to keep this person. It's given like somebody knew that, let's just say a masculine wanted to come toward the collective. The collective of divine feminine. The collective divine feminine was going through some, some being faced with some obstacles, some challenges as part of your experience, your lessons. All right. You may have been going through some hard times, you know what I'm saying? Chosen ones, done been out there bad, you know what I'm saying, before. But that wasn't for them. That was for the people that came in contact with them and how they handled them and how they went about, in a, what I'm saying, involving themselves with that person. You decide what karma you going to get when it comes to somebody else's struggle. You can either help them or you can hinder them. You know what I'm saying? You can't be in between and straddle the fence and be like, oh shit, when they up, I'm going to fuck with them, but they down, I can't fuck with them. I'm going to just fuck with people that's up. Be prepared. Because karma do spin the block and it don't miss. But when somebody got with another person, they talked a lot of shit. They may have pointed some things out. They may have called, you know what I'm saying, did some spell work, speaking ill on somebody else's situation, or that person ain't got this, they gonna drag you down, blah, blah, blah. If I was you, such and such and such, if you doing this shit, do that shit. Ain't no telling what they over there doing. They can't be picky if they ain't got nothing. They can't be out here dating if they ain't got this, blah, blah, blah. You know what I'm saying? Just give me that Transylvania, blah, blah, blah. But anyway, um, but yeah, it's giving somebody, a third party was going along with how somebody was moving at a time, you know what I'm saying, in their connection with you, their involvement with you, and they kind of like went along with or entertained, a lot of negative thoughts and actions that this person, was doing, but it was somebody behind the scenes, like adding to the shit, you know what I'm saying? Freeloader, oxygen thief, you know what I'm saying? But they were behind the scenes, like egging this person on, giving them ideas and shit. But that's because this person was given to them. And if this person walk away and come towards you, then that person they know that person to be a giver, and they, you know what I'm saying, know this person is giving and doing for them, even if it's a family member of theirs. You know what I'm saying? They know big brother gonna give me this, he gonna look out for me. But if, he go over here with the collective, and the collective, over here struggling 10 of wands, and they, minding their business, they don't really ask my brother for nothing, don't really ask my sister for nothing, but I know my brother will help them. He, people he care about, he do for. But if he really care about this person, he gonna stop doing as much for me, because he gonna need to do for this person, and he gonna want to do for this person. But if I get that person out the way, then I have more, for him to do, and he can keep doing what he doing for me without him, expecting me to pay him back. And he ain't gonna really have it like that if he go help the collective. You know what I'm saying? He gonna be focused on the collective, and pretty soon he ain't gonna want to help both of us. He gonna, leave somebody, to the side, to fend for themselves. Because right now there's somebody that's able to tap into another person's finances by way of possibly like like I said, a third party. It could be a lover, could be a situationship where this person giving to them, but they don't want that person to be with somebody solid that they can give to, and it'll be an equal give and take. Because right now this person is getting what they want from a situationship. They getting a little something here and there from that person that's tied them over, that's, keeping them, involved with them. But if that person see that, that the reason why they doing this is like somebody intentionally doing this. They intentionally making this person spend on them and look out for them so that they don't have nothing to give you. They money tied up, you know what I'm saying? And they gonna have them in so much debt that they not gonna be able to come towards you until they get out of it. But they gonna stay in this person's life because they know if that person get their money up, if they, you know what I'm saying, that they stop being somebody that this person get aroused by, they fucked. You know what I'm saying? This person ain't gonna keep giving to them. But they gotta keep that person wanting to be involved with them in order for them to get anything from them. And they gotta keep this person looking at you in a dim, dark ass light, so that they don't give you anything, more than what they've been given. So if they've been breadcrumbing you, it's because they got a third party that keeps them financially distracted, emotionally distracted. You know what I'm saying? So somebody is just a distraction to somebody. But this person gaining a new perspective, on a situation, like they're turning over a new leaf. And it's like, coming back to bite somebody in the ass if they doing that, because now that person is questioning them, like, why would you, feel like this? Like, why did you, you know what I'm saying? I told you I felt how I felt about so-and-so. You know what I'm saying? Like, why you always got something negative to say about them? Like, why you keep putting their ass, putting them down like that? Shit, I helped you with your light bill. I helped you with your car note. Shit, I could have been doing that for them. What's the difference? If I would have helped them, I'm helping you do this. You going out, you knowing you got bills to pay. Like, why you know what I'm saying, spending money getting your hair and nails done? You know what I'm saying, that you got to pay me back. You know what I'm saying? Oh, you got to pay. It's like that. It's like somebody know that they got money coming in, but at the same time, they already got plans for it. They already owe people, but they got a reason for every reason why they can't. They got an excuse for every reason why they can't do something, pay something back, get something done. Like, can you help me with this so I can do that? Because I ain't get enough on my check, but you need to take your ass to work. Like, you need to stop, you know what I'm saying, spending all this money on hair when you know you got a light bill to pay. Now you want me to give you the other half so you don't get your lights off. And you pressing me about it because they coming to turn them off tomorrow. So it's like, I got to give you the shit now. You know what I'm saying? It's like that. Whoever this Queen of Wands is, they don't know how to balance home and work and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, somebody, you know, is very vengeful and demanding, domineering and shit like that. And this is somebody that don't, you know what I'm saying? They not a nurturer. They not that. And this Knight of Wands is. This is somebody that will, you know, they take care of, you know, their responsibility. They could be, you know, a good provider. But, you know, they want to know the truth. This is something, you know, they going after. They want to, you know, get to the bottom of something. They want answers, you know what I'm saying? They, you know, looking at taking that leap of faith to go get the answers that they need. You know what I'm saying? Like, somebody willing to, you know, get out of that fear. You know what I'm saying? Of finding out, you know, what it is they know to be true. But they coming out of some type of financial slump. You know what I'm saying? Like, somebody may be coming out of debt and stuff like that, like paying off some stuff, turning over a new leaf. You know what I'm saying? And going towards, you know, this victory at the Six of Swords. Like, somebody moving on to calmer waters. Like I said, somebody is moving on, and you could have moved on from this person, but I feel like somebody's moving on from whoever this freeloader is. Clarify this Queen of Wands in reverse. What's going on with this Queen of Wands in reverse? One is scared because of shit backfiring. What's going on with this Queen of Wands in reverse? You got the Four of Cups. Like, this person trying to strategize now. Like, they trying to figure some shit out and rethink that shit of how, you know, they may know they can't go in and love bomb this person no more. They can't play on this person top no more. They can't, you know, play with this person's emotions no more and shit. Like, have them, you know, second guessing, you know, somebody else's feelings for them, or they feelings for somebody else, making them question. They can't do it no more. Got the Eight of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. Somebody done, you know, worked on themselves. They done put in the work. King of Swords. Somebody making child. Somebody got boundaries on this motherfucker. Like, they done put in some work. They, you know, done ascended. Or you have. And it's like somebody now, you know, is calling for their power back. You know what I'm saying? They in this King of Swords energy. Nine of Cups. Somebody in it to win. They ain't, you know, somebody coming out swinging. That shit backfiring. They wanted this person to do this with them. And, you know, cut all, you know what I'm saying, don't cut no corners, pull out all the stops, I'm hearing. But that person ain't doing that for them. And they knew this. It's like somebody knew that another person was going to do this or be like this. But they didn't want this to be the collective. They wanted this person, you know, to be this way for them. And they went along with, you know, how this person was playing you and how they, you know what I'm saying, was probably being sneaky, deceptive or whatever. Or them being indecisive and trying to, you know, thinking that they can say something to this person or run something by them or pillow talk with them. It's something like that. I'm finna see who this fucking freeloader is, though. Clarify this freeloader. Oxygen thief. Is it this Queen of Wands? Upright, yes. Reverse, no. Clarify oxygen thief. Freeloader. Who is this? Oxygen thief. You got the Seven of Pentacles. You got the Three of Wands at the bottom of the deck. In reverse. Somebody still got some goddamn lessons they needed to learn. They got some shit they need to, you know, get some more information on and shit like that. Like, somebody ain't seeing something with somebody. They wasn't seeing something with somebody here. You got the Tower in reverse right behind this Three of Wands at the bottom of the deck. But you got the Seven of Pentacles that came out. And somebody's planting seeds, like they watching somebody, grow and, put, in the work, or they spying on somebody watching another person. I don't know if they trying to compare themselves to somebody else, or like trying to see what somebody else working on, trying to copycat or like be creative or something. It's like somebody won't. You know how somebody may have, that gift of gab, or they may have that personality, that character about them, to where they don't really ask not nobody for nothing. They stay to themselves. They mind their business. They work on their shit. Get through their shit gracefully. They go through their obstacles, their struggles gracefully. But there's people that will give to them 9 of Pentacles. You know what I'm saying? And they got a lot of good energy around them. So people don't mind giving to them, helping them, coming through for them, sponsoring them, donating to whatever cause they got going on, or pointing them in the right direction to get the help they need or whatever if they don't have it. But they not just gonna leave that person because they feel like, that's on GP, that's a good person. Like, I don't mind doing that for them. Boom. This is somebody that will, on the outside looking in, look at it like, oh, that person, if they didn't look like this, them people wouldn't get them this. They wouldn't get them that. So now this person wants to have that kind of attention. They want that kind of energy, to give to them. They want them kind of people to pour into them and do them like that. So they'll find ways to get that to happen. And they watch you and study you, you know what I'm saying, to see what they can do to be more like you, to get this person to give to them. So you could be dealing with like a copycat, you know what I'm saying, somebody that is, trying to be, I want to say body double, like somebody trying to, whoever this oxygen thief is, they somebody that just study this person, watch them build and grow. Like, this is somebody that knows another person, cares about somebody else. They know this person is working to get their money right, get their finances together, get their life in order, get their ducks in a row, but it ain't for them. It's the fact that they know this person got somebody else in mind. Clarify this 6 of Pentacles, and they watching them build and grow, and they want to be part of it. It's like seeing somebody get another job and you living with them, and you seeing that, they getting this other job to like add to, and get closer to the goal that they trying to make or get to. And you see them getting there. And it's like, damn, man, I just want to be part of it. I just want them, what I'm saying, look out for me. And they going to stay around them as long as they can, because they know that person. They see that person, what I'm saying, planting seeds, what I'm saying, putting the shit together. Yeah, you got the King of Cups and the 8 of Cups. Mm. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Who is this? The Hierophant at the bottom of the deck. Somebody want to come in and express something to you. But it's like somebody don't want. I don't know if somebody want to turn their back on somebody and walk away, but I feel like they ain't got no other choice. Because whoever this freeloader is, this oxygen thief, it's like somebody feel as though like, they don't want to leave somebody hanging. They could have a baby with this person. But it's like somebody know if they leave this person, they're going to have to take this child, because this person don't really have, the mindset that they need to be balanced and financially balanced, spiritually balanced, you know what I'm saying, emotionally balanced, to take care of a child without them, especially with their finances. If they know this person done had them, robbing Peter to pay Paul, or they know they done had this person done had them living pillar to post, because of their spending habits or because of their lack of um financial structure and shit like that, like responsibility, like that person ain't gonna want to pay child support to somebody that don't do nothing but think about themselves. So there's a change that's gonna have to happen, but I feel like it's because this person wants to pour and give, and they want to be able to pour it in and give to somebody that they know they can be nurturing with this King of Cups. This is a nurturing person. This is somebody that will support, your endeavors and things like that when it comes to, what it is you feel like you want to do, you want to get started in. This person is going to be there to like pour into it, support you, and help you along the way. You know what I'm saying? Especially, like I said, those that they care about. But this Eight of Cups is giving, somebody that's whatever they was working on or whatever they was doing in this connection is not enough. It's not working anymore. It's not that it ain't working anymore. This person don't find it to be important anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like somebody know now, that whether they stay or go, this person gonna be the way they is. Like that help that they giving them and stuff is mainly because how somebody say, some folks condone other people's behavior, bad behaviors and shit. That's why they won't ever change it. Because they always find somebody that'll tolerate it and put up with it. It's that. And it's like now somebody seeing Eight of Cups that whether they stay or go, this person ain't gonna change. You know what I'm saying? They gotta want to change themselves and think more about, beyond themselves instead of just taking from somebody else. Because this is somebody that'll take from other people and not think twice about how it's making them feel, what they got going on, how much is on them, and none of that shit. They ain't gonna think about none of that. And this is like somebody wanting to, go in another direction. Eight of Cups. The only solution somebody may feel like, they got is to just turn their back on the situation. Because you can't make somebody, responsible until they ready to be. You know what I'm saying? And you got some of them that will like that and have kids. You know what I'm saying? Especially if this person is emotionally codependent and they need, somebody around them all the time to validate who they is and put them, what I'm saying, out there, for people to see them, recognize them. Otherwise, they don't get recognized. And they may just have to, give, this person, they space and just leave them alone, you know what I'm saying, and go towards something, more current, you know what I'm saying, in their life. Because I feel like if they keep dealing with somebody that ain't gonna change, and that's something that they done got comfortable with doing, like there's, especially if they feel like they know other people that's gonna do it, you're gonna have a hard time trying to convince this person, that they is whatever need to be worked out is them. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Could be a Scorpio with this Eight of Cups. Could be a Cancer. You got the King of Cups out here, so also you got the Hierophant at the bottom of the deck. So they may have to go to court. They may have talk. They may have to deal. They may have some of the same friends, same social circle, or whatever. They may still deal with. It may got friends in the same circle and shit like that, but. Yeah, you got the Hierophant and you got the Three of Pentacles. So yeah, somebody, may run in the same circle and shit like that, but they may have to, start thinking for themselves, you know what I'm saying, and not, be in a group of followers and, listening to other people and shit like that. They may have to get the authorities may have to get involved, but this is about them, having to, work with someone, you know what I'm saying, and collaborate, come together, and that's what how do you feel about being a step parent come into play? As far as, I see it now. This is why somebody feel like that. Clarify, how do you feel about being a step parent? How do you feel about being a step parent? Why are they asking that? How do you feel about being a step parent? What's going on with them? What's going on with them to ask that question? How do you feel about being a step parent? Clarify. You got the world in reverse. And you got the magician in reverse. At the bottom of the deck. With the 8 of swords in reverse. Somebody want to release, something that they've been in their head about. They may not know how you going to take, because something done backfired as far as, somebody, what I'm saying, like not liking that they manifestations, is not being heard, or they don't like the fact that somebody, around this kid, deals with dark magic, or they do, what I'm saying, they got like a dark spirit, what I'm saying, a dark soul, and they may not like, how it looks, if they feel like, leaving a kid with them or being around this person is not the best, in their best interest, or this them being involved with this person that they walking away from, being somebody they want their child, constantly around, they may want this child or whoever this is to know there's somebody better, you know what I'm saying, so that they can have a better outlook in, what I'm saying, what they got going on. Because I feel like, there's them feeling as though that child needs a mom, but they looking at the safety in that person's actions and their mindset and stuff like that. The way they communicate is not good. Like, they very low vibrational. They may not be very nurturing at all with this magician in reverse. Like, this is somebody that may, just be more negative than anything. And they may, be in a dark place, when it comes to how they, what I'm saying, are being needed. You know what I'm saying? And they may not be available like that, But you got the world in reverse. They got a lot of choices to make. That's a lot of them. And they may keep multiplying, they may keep adding up. And whoever this is, they may not be sure, of whatever these choices is. They may not be sure, like, how the outcome is going to be. Or this is you. Maybe presented with a lot of different choices, at one time, and not knowing not being sure which one to make. You know what I'm saying? Or like, how is it gonna go? How is, gonna affect you? But This person is experiencing some things about themselves when it comes to these choices that they have to make and how something looks, as a parent. You know what I'm saying? So they may be experiencing different, visions of themselves. You know what I'm saying? Especially with this magician in reverse, like this person got some things about themselves that or they got some. This mother may have some things about them that they done seen that they don't like. It's things that somebody's seeing about they self or somebody else that they don't like. You know what I'm saying? Especially if they rejecting, or you may reject something because of how other people might see it. You know what I'm saying? Or you know, just out of fear. Like if this person asking you, how do you feel about being a step parent? Like out of fear, this person may be feeling as though you're gonna reject it because they looking at how you might feel about this not being a child you had with them. Because I done seen so many people online saying I don't want to be with somebody, that got kids. Why? Ask them. But some have given that explanation of they don't want to deal with the baby mama drama and stuff. That go along with that, where they baby mama don't want them moving on. They can't be with somebody in peace without their baby mama using their child and themselves as a part of that person's life, no matter who they with, and they just don't want to deal with that. They don't want to be caught up emotionally with somebody that can't deal with or don't know how to control, the people in their life that they no longer involved with, the people that they done been involved with, especially their kids' mama. Like if they running more of your life, then you ain't got no room or no safety for nobody to be in yours because they always part of your life. They everywhere you go, so they in part of everything you do. So you don't have no room, no space, no safe place for nobody to be with you. You know what I'm saying? But when it comes to kids, it's like you got more money going out to your kids and more time going out to them. You don't have nothing left for me. If I need something done or I need you to be there for me or my kid, you can't be there because you got your own, and that's cutting into the money you got to give, or I might ask you for or need you, to have for me or whatever. So whether that's not everybody's excuse, but it's part of the money and the time that goes into having somebody outside of your kid's mama and your kid if you ain't with them. And then some people just feel like if you spending time with your kid, the baby mama probably there, so that's time you could be spending with me. They don't want no kids, they don't want to be around your kid, so whenever they gonna see you is when they see you because you got a responsibility. And out of fear, there's some decisions that somebody got to make, and they may be afraid to make them because of them feeling like they're going to be limited. You know what I'm saying? Or they feel like they limited, at this point because they got a kid to worry about now, or they got to look at the relationship between this kid and their mama and you. And them maybe wanting to introduce that child to you, but they, want to know if you even want to be involved with that child regardless of the age. You know what I'm saying? So they don't want to, put something on you and give you a title, or put you in some type of loop with them if you don't want to be part of what they got going on or whoever they, trying to build and strengthen something with, outside of you, especially with you. You know what I'm saying? So clarify the world in reverse. And you're going to close out. You got the Three of Cups in reverse and the Five of Wands in reverse. So somebody know now they dealing with, a lot of gossip, slander, a lot of, they know three is a crowd. You know what I'm saying? But they may have been dealing with a lot of, deception and stuff like that, was going on behind the scenes. With people, whoever this third party is, could have been, somebody that they realize it now, it was all right, to party up and hang out and, have, a little something on the side going on or whatever. But until then, you got other things now that's playing a part in, their decision making. And that's why somebody now feel like, they limited, you know what I'm saying? Like they got a lot of damn decisions to make, but not a whole lot of, confidence, you know what I'm saying? Because now somebody feel like they got to change their ways to adapt to what's going on, you know what I'm saying? And they possibly want to compromise, you know what I'm saying? Because of like some difficult circumstances. So whoever they, wanting to compromise with you, whatever they want to compromise with you about, they know they dealing with somebody that's cutthroat. Like whatever competition they put you in, whether they know they was, putting you in a competition or not, when they was dealing with this person, it's the fact that that person don't play fair. This Queen of Wands, they're not somebody that play fair. You know what I'm saying? This person, may have gifts and they may use them for dark all the fucking time, but that shit backfiring on them now. So ain't nothing they doing now is working in their favor. Is actually making whatever they got going on with this masculine worse. Whatever this masculine got going on with a feminine it's getting worse before it get better. All right, so eight of swords in reverse. Like whatever was worse was bad, it's gonna get worse. The more they don't communicate and deal with this person. So it's like, let me just take my child and go on. It's like that. Because they know as long as they around this person and they leave their child, they not around this person, leave their child, it's going to be some hell. You know what I'm saying? That child ain't no telling what kind of, safety they going to be faced with. You know what I'm saying? But they want to compromise. They want to work some things out. But at the same time, they know that they're going to have to talk some things out and share, give you a background on what's going on and shit like that, but somebody's image may end up suffering behind that. You know what I'm saying? Like somebody's public image. Like if somebody was always worried about their reputation and stuff like that, their status, this gonna really fuck their shit up. It's gonna really blow their ass out the water. I don't give a damn how many Prada, Gucci, how many, Hermes bags they got. People gonna be on their ass about what's going on with them, for real. And they know that the minute this person image get fucked up because they person leaving their ass and taking a child with them and, finna live it up and do better somewhere else, they ain't gonna like this shit. Like trying to explain that, it's like giving somebody, whatever. It's like somebody that got a reputation, like you on Love and Hip Hop, Atlanta Housewives, and then you mess up and, you know what I'm saying, get with somebody that, that was breaking the bank on your ass. Now they going in another direction and they want to take the child too. Like everybody eyebrows went up. And like, what? And yeah. But this person's soul searching at this time. There's a practitioner under heavy judgment. So, like I said, they may always use their gifts for dark, but they ass under judgment now. And that shit backfiring everything they done did or tried to do or was, putting out there, doing work on somebody else and trying to make something fucked up for somebody else. Now it's all fucked up for them. That shit is on them. It ain't no getting out of this shit. You know what I'm saying? But I'm an Indie Here Collective. This is Intuitive Tarot. Until next time, you guys, make sure you hit that like, that subscribe button on your way out. I love y'all so very much. Those of you that genuinely love me. Until next time, bye.